Let's just jump right into this explainer. Have you ever wondered why some people literally always seem to struggle financially, no matter how much cash they're actually bringing in? It's wild, right? Well, today we are exploring a pretty fascinating reality. Staying poor isn't always about your income. Actually, it's often a psychological trap. We're going to look closely at the hidden forces that are quietly dictating your bank account.
Now, what's really interesting here is this massive paradox. Why do smart, highly capable, hard-working people stay poor? Society kind of drills into us that if you study hard and get a good-paying job, well, wealth just naturally follows. But the truth is, if your internal wiring regarding money is faulty, your brain is going to constantly find subconscious ways to empty your wallet. Intelligence and a strong work ethic are absolutely crucial, but without the right mindset, you might be unknowingly sabotaging yourself despite working so hard.
So we're going to solve this mystery together by unpacking 4 core pillars. 1. Uncovering hidden financial beliefs. 2. Daily habits that drain wealth. 3. Behaviors driving financial failure. And 4. Shaping your financial success.
Starting with Section 1. Uncovering hidden financial beliefs. The foundation of your financial psychology.
Okay, so the crucial point is that these invisible beliefs act as the absolute baseline for whether you'll experience financial success or failure. Think of financial beliefs as these underlying, often completely hidden mental scripts shaping your fundamental relationship with money. You probably absorbed a lot of these in childhood. If you repeatedly heard stuff like money is the root of all evil, or you watched your parents silently stressing over bills at the kitchen table, your brain wrote a script. Your subconscious might actually orchestrate ways to get rid of your cash just to keep you good or to avoid that associated stress. It's like you're operating on an invisible rulebook.
This perfectly illustrates a major shift we need to make. We have to ditch the myth that wealth is just a math problem. Listen, if personal finance were purely mathematical, anyone with a basic calculator would be a millionaire. We all basically know how to add and subtract. We know we should technically spend less than we earn, but money is heavily influenced by mindset. That is exactly why those rigid spreadsheets and budgeting apps fail so often. They treat money like it has zero emotion. And trust me, when logic fights mindset, mindset almost always wins the battle.
Moving right along to Section 2, Daily Habits that Drain Wealth. The invisible leaks in your wallet.
When we compare these actions side by side, it becomes super clear how tiny recurring choices completely dictate our financial trajectory. It's rarely that massive once-in-a-lifetime purchase that ruins us. No, it's the micro actions. It's the emotional late-night online shopping to soothe a rough day at work, the $5 daily coffees, or those $15 subscription services that are silently siphoning away your balance month after month. Contrast those wealth-draining micro actions with highly intentional systems, paying yourself first, routinely tracking your net worth, or automating your investments so you don't even have to think about saving. It really comes down to the compound interest of tiny daily habits.
To plug these invisible leaks, you've got to run a brutal audit. First, uncover your recurring financial actions. Objectively look at what you are doing automatically every single day. Second, identify your subconscious routines. Do you reflexively spend money the second you feel stressed or bored? And third, recognize hidden wealth drains. These are the persistent lifestyle habits you've accepted so deeply that you falsely consider them mandatory fixed expenses, rather than the highly optional choices they actually are. Dragging these routines into the light is exactly how you take back control.
Which brings us to Section 3. Behaviors driving financial failure. Self-sabotage in action.
This sequence shows the exact chain reaction of how emotional behaviors can instantly hijack logic. It starts with a hidden trigger, a surprise bill, an unexpected car repair, maybe a sudden stock market dip. Boom! Immediately, a subconscious emotional reaction kicks in. You feel fear, panic, or inadequacy. The logical, mathematical part of your brain literally shuts down, and your emotional survival center takes total control. And that leads directly to the failure behavior. This is exactly why people panic sell a retirement portfolio at the absolute bottom of the market, or go on an extreme retail therapy binge to artificially soothe their anxiety. It's a completely predictable loop driven entirely by untamed psychology.
Let's just pause to absorb this foundational truth. Hidden behaviors, habits, and beliefs shape financial success or failure. Notice that your biggest financial obstacles are rarely external, they aren't the overall economy, they aren't your boss, and they certainly aren't the tax code. The elements truly shaping your outcome are the invisible psychological frameworks operating quietly in the background of your own mind.
Finally, let's head into Section 4, Shaping Your Financial Success. Time to rewrite those psychological scripts.
Mastering financial success really requires balancing all three of these interconnected pillars: beliefs, habits, and behaviors. You literally cannot achieve lasting wealth by only focusing on one. If you force a really rigid saving habit, but deep down you honestly believe you don't deserve wealth, you will eventually self-sabotage with a destructive behavior down the line. You have to reprogram positive core beliefs, construct daily wealth-building habits, and cultivate the emotional intelligence to control your behaviors under extreme stress. When all three of these align, you finally stop fighting against yourself.
There is rarely completely neutral ground in personal finance. Every subconscious script you hold and every single tiny habit you execute is actively pushing you in one direction or the other. So I want to leave you with this final thought as we wrap up this explainer. Are your hidden habits and beliefs building your wealth or draining it? Bring those hidden elements out of the shadows, courageously challenge them, and start building the prosperous reality you absolutely deserve.